Welcome back to WCS America and our final day of Challenger play, and in our final map between Astrea and Illusion. It's all tied up at 2 each. We move on to Polar Night to determine once and for all which of these players will be making it to Premier League and which of these players will be watching with a very sad face from the sidelines.
Ben, do you know what's the best way to watch stuff? Having fun with friends, watching it with friends, and also betting. So I was thinking tonight, you know, we're going to go out to dinner. I think we should bet a friendly dinner.
Okay, the winner of this bet gets a free meal.
Exactly.
All right.
So what we're going to do, each time throughout, you're going to choose someone, and then I'll give you odds on whoever that is, and then vice versa.
Odds?
Yeah. Like, because it's not going to be 50-50. Always. Like, right now, would you take Astrea?
Well, we don't have to necessarily bet on the outcome of the game. We can bet on other things.
Oh,
like
that works too.
What will the total resources lost be?
Oh, that's sick. Well, combined?
Yes.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do under-over on 17 minutes.
17 minutes?
Yeah.
For resources lost?
No, just for game time.
Okay, we can do that.
I'm
going to take the under for sure.
Okay, you take under on that. Here, let's get into game. We'll come up with three.
Into game we go.
Obviously.
For this series, it's over-under on 17 minutes?
Over-under on...
Okay.
Okay, let me 16 minutes. 16 minutes. Over-under.
I'm still going to take the under.
Okay, under on that.
16 is a better bet, though.
We'll do over-under on resources lost pretty soon here. All right, let's introduce
All right,
the
so for the first one, spawning in the top half of Polar Night, the Blue Protoss, who's showing us some really great games. I'm enjoying seeing his play very much. He is Astrea, his opponent, down in the bottom half of the map, getting a gas, getting a Rax, and hopefully leading us to the conclusion of this game in under 16 minutes. Illusion.
That's right.
16 even as a push.
Correct. We'll put a 10-second.
Okay.
So
plus or minus 10 is a push.
Correct. And why don't for units lost tab.
Well, we'll do that in the next series.
Okay, units lost next series.
For now, it's over/under on 16 minutes to determine who gets the first point in our quest to see who pays for dinner tonight. Reaper opening for Illusion. Reaper build is best build, is what I always say. And this time, no proxy. Yet.
Or do you think? Oh,
actually,
hold on. There might be a proxy.
Proxy Oracle is a possibility.
Oh my goodness.
This is a great location for proxies on this map, and it's so seldom checked. We'll see. It doesn't look like Illusion has any intentions of checking. But Astrea's going to drop his Nexus before he does anything, and maybe he's not going to be proxying at all.
Yeah, the second assimilator isn't up, so that's a clear indicator to tell us. Maybe it's just going to be utility probe.
Could still just throw a pylon down and then scout.
Correct. I love this.
Yep, this is great. There's no Stalker out. Mothership Core is going to be a couple seconds still. So far, good micro from Astrea, but he's... Oh. Ooh, wow. Poor probe.
Wow. You see how many probes were offline, Ben? Do you know what that's called?
That's called
bonus damage. It's a very standard play coming out of our Terra player.
Yep. Good scout for the Reaper. He gets to see, well, you know, enough to know that he doesn't have to worry about anything here in the early game. Probe's going to make its way up into the main base, see the command center, see the 3 racks follow up to that command center. Nope, perhaps the mid game.
It's a big indicator.
A little bit hashtag dicey.
Normally it is just a single barracks after this, so it would be a total of 2 barracks, and then you're teching behind. Now he knows, hey, you're not getting a second refinery all that fast.
This Reaper really wants a probe kill.
I don't think he can get it anymore.
I don't think he's going to get it.
Whoa, Twilight Council.
Fantastic scout, though.
Oh, and big plays.
That's going to have to get canceled, I think.
God, this probe should play in the Super Bowl coming up pretty soon.
That's right. He's not going to cancel the Twilight Council.
Nope. And we're probably going to see Dark Templars from this? No, Blink, I'm sorry. Dark Templars. Andre.
Interesting. Astrea opting to mix it up here in game number 5. He's played so standard all game long. Variations, yes, but I have not seen him, quote, all in a single time yet.
I wouldn't even say this is all in by any means.
Well, not yet.
With the tech variation, or the non-tech variation that Illusion has chosen, Blink Stalkers make so much sense because you don't have that sustain with the Medivacs popping out anytime soon, and therefore you can use Blink Stalkers very efficiently in that you just net kills over and over and over again. And
now Illusion has done a smart thing though. In spite of the fact that his factory is late, his Medivac is going to be late, he has added 2 tech labs, and he's going to get concussive shells and stim, which is going to give him as good of a response to the Stalker build as he could get with this kind of an opening. There we see the pylon down for Astrea already. He could start warping in offensively soon. He needs to be careful though. This is a scary little hit squad. Fortunately, this Stalker knows that it's coming.
Should just ting out a
photon overcharge.
Yes, preemptive too. Doesn't want to. Don't get too greedy. Don't get too greedy. Oh, you got too greedy. You done goofed.
Maybe a perfect photon overcharge. As we see,
he doesn't want these units popping up here. He should have just made it preemptive and stopped any of this shenaniganery from ever happening.
He's going to lose a pylon. He's going to possibly lose a handful of probes. Hasn't lost a Stalker yet, though. Finally, one Stalker goes down to some of these reinforcing Marauders. And this is very painful. Obviously, if you're going to go for a big Blink Stalker attack, it's important that you have Blink Stalkers. And Illusion has successfully thinned out that Stalker count very substantially. Right now, there are only 2 Stalkers on the entire map. 46 probes. But probes still being built 2 at a time, so I don't think Astrea is going to go all in off of 2 bases here.
I don't know, Ben. I mean, that's a lot of units to be clearing up. That means you don't have nearly as many units to cover a lot of area. So how is he going to deal with these Blink Stalkers? I think Astrea could go up to 6 gateways at this point and just go crazy mode. But instead, he's just going to tech out and transition into Colossus. That's fine, too. Although I do feel like he could put a lot of damage on. He is starting off with a couple Stalkers in the front.
Oh, this is nice. The army is a little bit out of position. All the reinforcing Marauders are going to spawn, and that will chase this away for the time being. Astrea behind this is getting his Colossus tech. He's also adding double forge, so he's setting up for the late game. Illusion's still out on the map, and he still has a presence that really has to be respected. Astrea does not have that many units out, just 6 Stalkers, and against 10 Marauders, that is not going to cut it. He's got to be oh so careful, frantically trying to chrono boost out Immortals. But thus far, he does not have any. Mothership Core is going to want to drop another photon overcharge. This time he puts it down much faster.
It's really good. Obviously, he doesn't want any run bys, but
I love how Illusion's playing this. His aggression is keeping Astrea from being able to get aggressive at all.
I think Astrea, he's already given up any sense of aggression. With going the double forges,
yeah,
he's looking to be super defensive in the mid-game and kind of fake the aggression going into it with the Blink Stalkers super early.
Such nice control from Astrea for a moment, but then Illusion's reinforcements, the units he had out on the map came home and put a quick end to that. So nothing really coming from this Blink Stalker opening for Astrea. If anything, it was maybe a little bit costly. He's up to 54 probes now, but has no signs of a third base just yet. Illusion looking like he wants to start another fight. Going to make his way forward towards this natural expansion.
It's going to be tough.
Immortal's in a tricky spot. Guardian Shield does go down, and Zealots are going to be a great damage sponge, but the Time Warp is going to let these Zealots actually deal a little bit of damage, but the Immortal's going to get picked off, and just Stalkers against this number of Marauders is a very dangerous prospect indeed.
Needs to back up. He's not backing up at all.
Another all the Marines
is going to go off there, and the Colossus is now out. That's going to stop a lot of this shenanigan stuff. Medivacs are out on the field right now. I do want to mention that, but against Blink Stalkers, not nearly as effective as you would think because you can obviously get picked up pretty easily. +1/1, that's finishing, Ben. That's a gigantic trigger.
Indeed it is. As this game, very tense, man, very tense. Neither player has planted a third base. There's no third command center from Illusion, no third Nexus, or even Probe in position to do something like take a third Nexus. Or is there?
I would say Astrea is ahead, though. The upgrade advantage, obviously, that we're looking at. And he has the ability to get that +2/+2.
This is very bad. The Colossus out of position. No thermal lens. 2 Colossi are going to go down, and that could be a game-ending. Astrea's army is out of position. The Marauders with phenomenal pickups there are going to be able to deal a lot of damage to these Stalkers as well. The Zealots with no charge can't engage. Marine Marauder doing serious work in this natural expansion. Time Warp going to go down. immediately the Marauders will be lifted and ferried up into the main base where they're going to start targeting down pylons. Should be targeting down pylons. Could have stopped this warp in had they done so. But a small misclick there by Illusion.
Oh, man. And
But Astrea is far from out of the woods.
He might be able to clamp down right now. Illusion is in a pretty good position. Charge is still a little bit a ways, and I don't know if he has enough damage. Nice
snipe. Means it's hard to reinforce. No energy on that mothership core, and it is going to get focused down.
Colossus pops out, though, at the perfect time.
And this time it has extended thermal lance, so finally Astrea has a little bit of an answer, but it's hardly a conclusive one, as Illusion with a little bit of micro can still create some headaches. I'm kind of thinking maybe he should drop on top of that Colossus.
There is a charge, though, that finishes right now. 1-1 is about to equalize for our Terran over here, so he's going to enjoy that. And I like the positioning so far. Vikings being added into the fray as well.
Man, such intense pressure being applied right now by Illusion. Stalkers with the Dangerous Blink are going to manage to pick off one Viking. Need to get the second Viking. They do take it out. Colossus able to fire from behind the safety of these force fields and his gateway reinforcements. However, with a second Colossus, maybe Astrea is going to get out of this. But Illusion applying tons of pressure, going to try to force the probes off the line. This Widowmine would love to connect.
Oh, yes.
With some juicy probes.
Oh! Okay. Wow. That was unnecessarily non-dramatic. But I think Astrea, he should be able to stabilize a little bit here. Third Command Center, I believe, has gone down and is being lifted over into the third base in the middle of the map. So Illusion does have some, snowball effect over here. And there has been no +2/+2 started for the Protoss, which would have been the trigger for him to really change and shake things up.
Losing those two Colossi has just been terrible for Astrea. Had he not taken those losses, he would easily have repelled this aggression, but instead he's finding himself in a very difficult spot as the 16th minute ticks past.
Sorry, Ben.
And I lose the first bet. Damn.
It's all right. You have a lot more chances.
Thought the under was a good bet.
Astrea stabilizing here. I think it's his advantage going into the later game stages. We've seen Astrea play a lot better at these super hard macro games. You can see the constant pressure going into the third base, checking for that with the Zealot, and also swinging into the natural with 2 Zealots. It's going to help out. But the composition for Illusion is getting pretty scary here. There are no High Templars out in the field, so it's not like you can easily just focus everything down. This is just good old-fashioned Colossus versus Vikings. Who has the better micro overall?
Oh man, it's also good old-fashioned massive supply advantage for Illusion. Colossi trying to do some work, but it does not look like it's going to matter. The Vikings have taken 2 of them down, and now only a single Colossus remains. The Terran army very choked up between some force fields in that ramp, but unfortunately, the Protoss with just not enough to mount a successful defensive assault. Third base ended up getting canceled. Probe going to go down, and Illusion looks like he may be moments away from qualifying for Premier. That's pushing forward once again.
Uh-oh, probes.
Where are you going, guys?
I have no clue. There are High Templars out. They're going to put 2 pretty good feedbacks, but it's not going to be enough. +2/+2 almost finished.
Good game. Well played. Root Illusion takes out Astrea in what was a nail-biting, very close series. I probably would have picked Illusion as the favorite, but man, after that, it's so clear that these are evenly matched guys with great prospects ahead of them. Unfortunate that Astrea has been eliminated from the Premier League, but I guarantee you we'll see him back in Season 2. And, of course, congratulations to Illusion securing that spot and locking down the $2,000 paycheck.
$2,000. Really nice. Premier League is just getting so nice for these pro gamers to be sustainable. I know there's a very nice distribution for all pros that make it up to Premier League. And so you should. Being top 32 in your region, that's saying quite a lot.
It was an exciting best of 5, and we have many more to come, guys. We're going to take a short break for now, but when we return, it's going to be Tudming versus Tudming versus Drunken Boy. So Chinese player versus a North American player. Don't go anywhere, guys. WCS will continue after this.